And welcome to the show. My name is Naeem Sharif, and we have music, and we have guests, and we have a lot of things. And you know, the Creator blesses us to be here because there were a lot of challenges today. My name is Naeem Sharif. Our show is Our Islam and Community Issues. And to my right is Brother Benjamin Shabazz, and to my far right is Mr. Billy Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fantastic show today. Brother Billy Hall went to Egypt. He has some fantastic photos to show us. And I'll just open up with a short prayer. Dear Creator, bless us with a powerful program. Amen. All right. Mr. Billy Hall, yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the brother went back to Egypt. But first, when we get to Egypt, just tell us a little bit about yourself, you know, so people just kind of know who you are, just a little bit.
Yeah, I originally from Mississippi. Have been living in Seattle for approximately 50 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like a lot of people of my youth. Experienced the times that we went through, civil rights and that kind of stuff. And so that was shaping us, even though we didn't know at the time. And now I drive for a company that has a contract to deliver Amazon employees to their destination. So that's pretty much it, other than trying to, like everybody else, trying to battle with keeping my weight down. Just typical Afro-American, so.
Gotcha. Well, I guess the first question is, why did you want to go to Egypt?
Well, I wanted to go to Africa. I didn't think about Egypt first. I wanted to go to the door of no return. Yeah. And I found out that it's not just a single door, but it's about approximately 500 of them across Ghana. Yeah. And so that was the first thing I was thinking. So I called up some friends back in Jersey and said, well, I don't want to go by myself. Let me try to find somebody I can go with. And they said, well, what about Ashraf Kwesi? And I had been watching him on YouTube for a few years. And so that's how I come upon the group that I travel with. And I said, how appropriate that I go to the pinnacle of ancient African society and then maybe the door of no return. So that's pretty much how. Yeah. I was led that way. I didn't actually think of it.
Plan it.
Right.
That was good. Very good. Well, Brother Ben, you have any questions before we go through some of the pictures?
I'm just fascinated at these pictures and that you made the trip.
Right.
And that I know you personally, so therefore when you talk to me, you're going to be talking to me so I can understand it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Mr. Billy Hall, why don't we start with one of the pictures you want to show the audience?
Yes. Why don't I start with one that's familiar to everybody? That's the River Nile in the sun setting.
Okay.
This is what I took from a boat.
Okay.
So should I show it to this camera?
Yeah, just show it to that camera right there.
Okay.
We'll kind of zoom in on that.
Okay. The River Nile has been broken up, that the flow of the river isn't like it should be or like it once was, say like to the Columbia River here. But it's still nice.
How wide is it?
I would say it's about as wide as from the I-90 bridge on the west side over to Mercer Island. Yeah. At least the part we were in, because remember it's 4,000 miles long.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably wider in other areas.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Kind of nervous here being on camera.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
You went to Egypt, man. You all right.
Yeah,
Right.
You went to Egypt, man.
You good, man.
Right.
You good. No problem. All right. What else?
Okay, so why don't I start? No, I'd rather start with this one.
Okay.
This is The person that's in front is Ptah.
Okay, so let that camera catch it. It'll take
Yeah.
a moment to zoom in and catch it.
Okay. He's the one that sits at the potter's wheel.
Okay, so I see two pictures, two people.
Yeah, the second one, I can't remember who she is, but Ptah is the one, everything is in the heavens, the earth, and within your own body. And Ptah is the one on the earth that's at the center of the earth. When you study geology and you learn how the earth was formed, that is Ptah that they're talking about, that part that is the center of the earth. Do they have a good shot of that?
Yeah, just keep holding up there for it. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
good.
Ptah, yeah.
All right.
And inside your body, he's inside the head area. He is the first divine king of earth. There's a lineage of divine kings here on earth. And to put it in scientific terms, it's geology on how the earth was formed.
So
hold it down just so go. Yeah, there you go. That's good.
Oh, okay.
yeah. Look at the monitor. You can see what it looks like.
Oh,
Yeah, there you
oh,
go.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
So are you saying that this is not a real person then?
No, it's a spirit.
Okay.
It's a spirit that has a conscious mind.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. All spirits have consciousness.
Okay.
They can't deviate from what they were designed to do, but they still have consciousness. No more than a bacteria or an ant can't deviate from what it does because it was designed for that specific thing.
Okay.
That's the same with the deities. Okay, that's what time. I just
Okay.
yeah. The next thing I wanted to do was show my Trinidadian friend who was also on the tour. He's currently living in Brooklyn, but he's from Trinidad. What he's standing next to is Haru. Can you get it? Is that the best shot? Yeah. All of the statues, by the way, either have their nose knocked off or the chest area knocked off. Almost all of them.
I wonder why.
Yeah. Now, Haru, in terms of where it's located at in your body, is your heart. And in terms of your spirit, Haru is the one that's your will. The battle that you hear between Seth and Haru is a lifetime battle. Seth is not Satan. That's a Greek thing. But Seth has to do, he governs your nervous system and he governs desire. So when it says that Seth and Haru are battling, or to the two combatants, it means that your will to do something and your desire are always at conflict. So you want to make sure that Haru is your king, that it wins out over desire. Because you know how desire is. Once you start following desire, you can be all over the place. Let's see. This isn't a part of the pyramids, but it's just a nice looking tree. When you're growing up, this is the kind you climb and take a nap in.
Yeah, just put the
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, it's just one of the trees over there. It's where I went and took a break to sit in the shade.
I was ready to say, well, hopefully there was some shade there.
Yeah, not very much, because Egypt is definitely a desert now. Yeah. This picture here is of Ra, and Ra is not the sun like most people think. Ra is the spirit that operates through the sun. Aten, as it's called in ancient Kemet, is the transmitter for Ra. Okay.
So is that supposed to be a picture of a person? Head?
No, this picture of the sun and the sun rays.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah. Let's go to this one. I'm not sure who this is now because I didn't write all it down as we were getting the lectures on the tour. But this is one of the statues. Yeah, and this is in the museum in Luxor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is his nose on or off?
His is, all of them are pretty much are chipped. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that could have happened when they was moving the statues. You know?
Okay. Well.
On some of them, yeah.
Yeah. All of them happen to be chipped on the nose.
Did Napoleon get mad at one of the Sphinx and distorted the nose?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Word on the street.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me show. Everyone knows this one here, which is the Sphinx. And so my favorite one. Okay. This is the one where I got misty-eyed because this here is from the right side, but on the left side is where the tour bus came up. Mm-hmm. And as you're coming up, I noticed his features from here down, from the back, looking at the side of his face. And, I got misty-eyed. But this is what upset me about it. Let me show you this picture. This is what the Sphinx has to look at now. That ghetto that's right in front. I don't know if you can see it, but those are the buildings that are there now, the conquerors that took over that area. And it's just a bunch of buildings that's poorly built. I want to show you another picture so you can grasp how close the sky is where the Sphinx. I mean, it's real close. Whereas when you go to Montana, it's a lot of sky.
That's why they call it the big sky.
Right, right. Yeah. But in here, the sky is just close. Maybe you can kind of see it here. See it? And you can see that it's a canopy. Or shall I say the outer layer of the atmosphere that it goes, around you. So yeah. Oh, I wanted you to see that it's the sky and the fact that it's a desert where it was once lush. Mm. Yeah, that whole city is desert. It is desert. And the only trees that they have there are the trees that grow dates. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's very few of them. Let's see. This is one of the multi-geniuses. I can't think of his name now because I'm nervous. But this gentleman was extremely intelligent. He was a physician, among other things.
Imhotep?
No, it's not Imhotep. It's another gentleman. Imhotep he's not, the pictures I've seen of him, he's not wearing a hat and he's bald. Yeah. Yeah. The position of the hands is the Osirian position. Mm-hmm. That's very important. And let me show you this picture here to show you what goes along with the Osirian position is the left foot forward. Yeah, the left foot forward indicates, well, one of the things that it indicates is to trample down evil wherever it's at. And it's on the heart side. That's why you put the left foot forward. And this is the same thing that the American military used when it says left, right, left, right. Yeah. This is where they got it from. This is in Cairo in their museum, and it would take you 2 weeks alone just to go to the Cairo Museum. 2 weeks. I'm going to try to show you one so you can get the gravity of the size of the statues. Let's try this one here.
So this was, where was this at? Was this in what particular region was this picture in?
Let's see, we were in Luxor,
Luxor,
I think.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you might be able to get that. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. We went to about 4 different cities, man. And something else, when you're there, you don't know what day it is. You don't even think about what day it is. And the only reason we knew about time is because we had to schedule our lectures, what time the bus was going to leave, and that kind of stuff.
Right.
And oh, I want to show you this one so you can see the size of the group of people I was with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got a nice crew there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's Afro-Americans, Afro-Caribbeans, Afro-Canadians, and Afros from the UK.
Yeah, I think I got to go on this trip.
Yeah,
I think I got
yeah.
to go on this.
See the little brother down there with the camera facing us in the white shirt? He's
Yes.
from New Orleans, and he's extremely good in MMA. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's strong. He doesn't
strong.
look it. I shook hands with him, and I thought he was going to crush my hand. I don't know if you can get a good shot of this. I got to throw this in. I got to give her some credit. She'll be in Seattle soon. She's been there many times. She sings jazz and blues.
What's her name?
Her name is Lee Perez.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll be here in 2 or 3 months, I think. I have to check the email. Yeah. She's from California. She came with her 3 sisters. They all got pure white hair, pretty much. And so, yeah, she's a nice lady, extremely nice, and can sing jazz and blues really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was people from all over the United States, and then, like you said, the Caribbean, and that came
Yeah.
on this tour. Yeah.
Yeah. Even Somali. We had one girl from Somalia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, very animated.
And what kind of situations do they have there to shop in?
You're told in the lecture we have before we go out, of the hotel, that you're going to be swamped with people all around you, that, asking you to come in their store, asking you for money, trying to sell you something, and it doesn't go away. You can walk fast, you can tell them no, but it's not going to go away. And in their culture, you negotiate for everything. I don't care if you're in the shopping mall, in the store. When you go to buy something, you ask for the price, always bring the price down. But remember, they've been schooled that you've been schooled. Okay. So you bring that, once you get to that price, then you bring it down, and then try to bring it down so you know that you're getting a bargain. And it's nice. I like that, being able to negotiate. Yeah. And it's an Arab dominating society there in Egypt now. We call it ancient Kemet because Egypt is what the Greeks call it. And you have to wear this little sign from the time you get to New York that says Kemet New. Kemet is the name of Egypt. It refers to the land, your complexion, and the soil. Yeah, and the word new has to do with the deity that's responsible for Ra coming into being. Ra in scientific term is radiant light. Nu, who, him, and Nunet that gave birth to radiant light is electromagnetic waves. So anyway, that's just a couple of the deities. I hope we can do a show on the deities, so you can see where you know who they are in terms of the English language, but you just didn't know that it was referring to physics. Yeah. And I don't know if this is not a real good picture, but this is a picture of one of the battles that they had. They were fighting, today they're called Iranians, Iraqis, Lebanese, and names like that, but they used to be called Assyrians, Hittites, and some other names, the Hyksos and people. Yeah. But what they used to do is, in order to make sure that none of the men were being cowardly and run, they made sure that they brung back the right hand of the enemy. And they brung back so many hands that some of the left hand started showing up. So the Pharaoh told them to cut the foreskin off the men. So you couldn't fake like you went over there and was using, you know, that you weren't a coward, basically.
Wow.
And that's, it's on the walls too. Yeah.
Wait a
yeah.
minute. Cut the what off the men?
The foreskin of the phallus.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it ain't none of that you're going to be a general and then you're going to hide and let the other men go fight. This is a beautiful picture here. This is in Cairo.
Oh yeah, that is beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So where's that at?
Cairo,
I mean, what is it?
a temple.
A temple to who?
I can't remember whose temple it is.
But I mean, it's a temple to the gods, or what? What kind of?
Yeah, yeah. Each deity has a temple. It's so many of them. I mean, we're talking hundreds and hundreds of them. So I can't remember on my first trip there the deities. But when I go back the next time, I'll have that information for you, Brother Ben.
So do they have? So do they have a concept of Islam over there? Does that play into these pictures?
Now, I was telling him I didn't want to get into religion because you might not like what you hear. The ancient African ancestral religion is from which all other religions started their religion. It's documented. The imams of Islam know this. The people of Brahmins, they know this. The Christians know this. In fact, the Coptics were Africans that were forced into Christianity because we had lost so many heads being chopped off by Eastern Europeans and Romans and other people. Most people think that the people, the indigenous people of Egypt or in Yemen and those kind of places are mixed with just Arabs, but they're also mixed with Eastern Europeans. Yeah, yeah. And but they lost a lot of heads. They were forced into Christianity, and of course, you know about Constantine and the Council of 325 AD, and then a bunch of other councils that took place, where they set up the Christian religion, and you were told outright what to think and what to believe. You weren't even allowed to think. And if you don't believe me, Google it up and go to YouTube and watch, just Google up Nicaea 325 AD. Yeah, yeah.
Well, it ain't much different than now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much choice.
Right.
You just told this is what it is.
Right.
This is how it's gonna be.
Right.
You know, and you're the enemy of the other guy's religion.
Right. You have freedom as long as you stay within certain parameters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Father Punk, we got about a minute left. Is there anything else you wanted to highlight?
Nothing other than if you want more information about this stuff, just go to Ashra Kwesi Productions on YouTube.
Okay.
That's Ashra, ASHRA, Kwesi, KWESI Productions.
Okay.
Yeah.
YouTube.
YouTube.
YouTube. That sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Well, it sounds like you had quite the experience.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And it really makes me want to go actually, go to a tour like this where you're getting the real history.
Right.
Not just kind of going through there and so forth and so on. So you need to get, need to know, the real deal of what all this history really represents, because we don't get that much information here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I see we got about 30 seconds, and the credits should be rolling and everything. And Brother Billy Hall, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting
Brother Benjamin.
me. Thank you, Brother Ben.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Yeah, this is excellent, man.
Right.
This is excellent, man. I don't think we've ever had an opportunity to speak to somebody that we know
Right.
that has been over there. Most of it's been commercialized, and the conversation's commercialized, you know.
Right.
All right, so with that, thank you for watching. Thank you all very much, and peace.
Peace.
Peace.